This week's episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime, the presenting sponsor of The Read during the month of December. Finding entertainment that speaks to you shouldn't be difficult, and Prime Video gets that. That's why they've introduced Prime Video's new culture-rated collection for Black stories, talent, and creators. So whether you're tuning into Thursday Night Football, rewatching Harlem to catch up before season 2, streaming the new drama series Riches, or revisiting the throwbacks you love like Moesha and Good Times, if you want it, Prime Video's culture-rated collection has it. Seeing yourself on screen and finding the content that feels like home is easier than ever. So visit Amazon.com/culture-rated-PV to learn more. With Culture Rated, Prime Video celebrates Black stories, Black creatives, Black culture all the time. Go get you some, and let's move on. Hey, y'all, we sometimes refer to the past as simpler times. When you think about it a little deeper, was it really? Getting your business online is a game changer, and Squarespace is the all-in-one service to help you do it the right way. You can use Squarespace's customizable templates to grab customers' attention and then grow your business with the tools available like Squarespace Analytics, integrated SEO features, email campaigns, and much more. So head to squarespace.com/read to start a free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use promo code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Let them know Kid Fury and Crystal sent you, and let's get to the show.
All right, well, this week in our pop culture segment, Hot Tops, Dick and Tail, Rescue Rangers. We're going to start with... Okay. All right, let's jump into our gossipy, soapy, pop culture-y segment that we do every week that is called Hot Tops.
Hi, Link.
Get your ass out.
Oh, she said already.
Actually, I'm not even going to put you down because that's when the real madness happens. So it was, oh yeah. Hot Tops, Bottom Gun, Maverick.
Tasty.
Shout out to Jay Ellis, aka Lawrence, in the Tom Cruise movie. All right, so let's get into some pop culture this week. In our segment we call Hot Tops. Every dick, every hole, all at once. All right, let's get into the pop culture segment, which is called Hot Tops, where the sugar dads sing, based on the 2018 novel of the same name.
Oh, Lord. I cannot wait for this.
All right, so let's move into our pop culture segment, which is called Hot Tops. The Cock Rings of Power by J.R.B. Token.
Me. My favorite.
No, not streaming on Amazon. All righty, let's get into some pop culture news with our section called Hot Tops, 3,000 Years of Pegging, starring Tilda Swinton.
My favorite hobby.
Idris Elba.
I love it.
Who else is in that damn movie?
10 Years of Pegging. Never saw it.
3,000...
Leagues Under the Booty Hole. Never saw it.
It's Idris Elba. I think Tilda Swinton.
My favorite porn.
All right, so let's get into this week's pop culture segment. It's called Hot Tops, The Bottom King, starring Wide Open Davis. That doesn't even work. Like
Who the hell is
Viola
that?
Wide Open. It really doesn't even like.
Boy, I did not make that connection.
I'm out of jokes. I'm
off.
wringing myself dry here. Let us get into our pop culture segment. It is called Hot Tops. Honk for bottoms, save your sperm. This week.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
And it should be done.
Mm-hmm.
It should be done.
It's important.
All right, so let's jump into today's pop culture segment. It is called Hot Tops, Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Dick Razor makes more sense, I know, but Hellraiser sounds like Hellraiser, whatever, get over it, I'm tired.
No, we get it. We love it.
So let's jump into the rest of the show, starting with our pop culture segment, which is called Hot Tops. Bottom Hulk. Attorney at law. Well, his lady friend, the girl JT of Twitter, tweeted on September 29th, "My boyfriend loved to rig up a meal for me. It's so cute. But today he almost burned our place down and didn't flinch." Then she posts a photo of this nigga in the kitchen. I don't know if it's a flambe, blase.
I bet it's not supposed to be.
Trombe. I don't know what the fuck.
Come through, Trombe.
This nigga has there is a Charizard in this frying pan.
Please.
What? There's the House of Dragons. There's an entire
that's big
tower of flames.
Yeah.
Stacked up in the kitchen. And this nigga is standing in front of it in a satin jacket, looking at it as if it is a burning bush. And the Lord is speaking to him through it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening. We don't know.
You're right. I mean, I feel confident that that's not it, but
me too.
It could be. Anything is technically possible, but
why are you so calm?
The flames are licking at the cupboards. What are you doing? Like, grab one of these towels and throw it over that bitch. Like something. Take it off the heat at least. What are you doing?
JT, please tell me that you were recording this video and these are screenshots from the recording and that you were also maybe on the phone with authorities at the same time. Like, he needs a chaperone. What is he doing? Like, why are you okay? He literally, and she posts another one where the flame is thankfully lower. It doesn't look like anything else is burned or singed. And she said, no, y'all, his mood really didn't change. She watched it go out and all. He believed in himself. You know what? This is a story of confidence, perseverance, and strength. I'm actually upset with myself for hating.
Are you?
No.
I'm just glad it didn't get worse. I'm glad.
Like, isn't that the best we can do?
Because it was only by the grace of God. This nigga and the complete inaction. Maybe he knew what he was doing, though. Maybe this is so next level chef shit. Like, maybe these are chef techniques and we are basic whores who have no idea what we're talking about. Like,
maybe it's like because he's done so many like high energy rap rock shows that have surely had tons of pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably nothing to him being this close to fire.
I guess so,
because I just want to know. Okay. And then the last slide or the last photo in the slide says, and then boom. And she posts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bowls. Did you see this?
It's the best part of the whole fucking thing. It's the best. I saw the picture of him and I was like, I have to know where this comes from. And then when I found the food itself, I was like, you buried the lead. You should have started with this. This is the funniest part of the whole fucking thread.
5 bowls. We've got some diced tomatoes. Looks to be a little chopped, maybe a little chopped romaine. That might be some. There might be a little arugula in there.
Oh, a little green blend, a little roughage.
About half a bag of Kraft's shredded,
pre-shredded
cheddar. Okay.
Absolutely, they shook that out from the bag.
About 8 to 9 boxed Del Taco shells from the grocer. And then approximately 6 or 7 charred pieces of shrimp. Oh, and a bag of Daisy sour cream.
Oh, yes. Don't forget the sour cream and the Ortega. The sauce. These niggas made hard shell shrimp taco.
You almost burned this lady house down over some hard shell shrimp tacos.
I'm thinking, oh, this nigga, he was going for like the reverse sear on some filet mignon, and he was finna, like, this nigga finna come out with some roasted Brussels sprouts and asparagus, a potato for that ass. This nigga,
where's the bouillabaisse?
You cooked one thing. You cooked shrimp. Don't even take all that shrimp. I know that shrimp chewy as shit. My nigga, shrimp takes like 2 minutes to cook. It is no way in the world. It is no way in the world. And then you combined it with hard shell store-bought tacos, pre-shredded cheese, diced tomato. Like, y'all could eat anything in the world.
Literally, they could.
Are they in Miami or LA? It don't matter. Either way, y'all have better tacos than this. Y'all have better tacos than this, no matter where you live.
It doesn't even. Yeah.
This is some very Oklahoma shit. I am so. And even in Oklahoma, I know everybody in Oklahoma is like, bitch, don't do us.
That's why there's something a little endearing about it.
Oh, like, it's very regular nigga. It is that.
Exactly.
And I like regular nigga things. I like the Upshaws on Netflix. I like the Miss Pat show. Yep. What else? Because you're too amused by this, so I feel like I should stop. I feel like I should stop right there. But even though I would not eat this, I appreciate niggas and they store-bought hard shell tacos.
And you know what?
That they put shrimp for their
lady. That's nice.
I mean, literally one thing was cooked, and this shrimp, it just didn't take all that. It didn't. It ain't no way in the world.
You probably cut those tomatoes.
You think so?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, who are me? This looks like half a tomato worth of tomatoes. I wouldn't be surprised if they got all of that. You can get pre-shredded lettuce. You can get pre-chopped tomatoes even.
Absolutely not a full tomato.
It's not. Unless it's organic or something. Did it come off of JT's tomato vine?
Oh, yeah. It might be like maybe.
It might be. So who can say? But I just
want y'all to leave them alone. He got a belly ring now. Y'all tagging her about it.
This is the most ghetto ass dinner.
She wants y'all to just leave them alone.
Millions and millions of dollars.
I just don't know how this fire got so intense over this meal, and I don't know why he's so okay with it.
Y'all are eating this Walmart ass dinner. I'm just shocked. Like, you can take the girl out the hood, but
that's it.
Yeah, I want to say I bet it was good, but I honestly don't think it was. I don't like overcooked shrimp. She got
an AP on her wrist and a Birkin, you can feed her anything.
Niggas are so bad about overcooking shrimp. And the sour cream, like, what are we doing?
You know you ain't clean them.
Please, not gritty shrimp on top of all that. Oh, God. Woo, what a mess.
Well, God bless everybody.
Oh, JT, that should have been all we heard from you this week. So our first letter this week comes from Eva, who says, I have a would you rather question for each of you. Kid Fury, you're up first. Would you rather have to go through the horrifying journey known as pregnancy and childbirth, or would you rather have to sit next to a row of unsupervised, unchaperoned children in every movie you watch in theaters for the next 2 years? You cannot wait. You cannot opt to wait for the movies to come out on streaming, and you can't just refuse to watch movies for 2 years. But the fact that you immediately was like, I'll do that. You said I'll sit next to y'all's badass kids. I won't be having one, though.
I still pick that. I don't care. Like,
you said pregnancy, ripping me up from the rooter to the tutor.
I'm literally never going to choose that. I'm so sorry. First of all, that leads to having children, which I'm also not interested in.
I mean, you can give them away, but still, you do have to have them.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
You can drop it off at the fire station, no questions asked. But still.
No, I'm fine. Yeah. That's fine. Also, I watch a lot of TV. I play a lot of video games. I read books. So, movies, one medium. It's fine.
But you sitting next to a row of children for the new Marvel movie or whatever, for the new Black Panther, you're the only adult in a row of 9-year-olds. And all of their parents said, fuck this, I'm going to watch Notting Hill or whatever. And it's just you and a bunch of children loud and talking through the whole fucking movie. You'll take that over childbirth.
They didn't say loud and talking through the whole movie. They just said children.
No, but they're children, and so they are going to unsupervised children in a movie theater. They're going to talk. Children are only quiet because adults tell them to be quiet.
Nobody said they were unsupervised, baby, because you said that I'm sitting in the row.
I said they're
you said that I'm sitting in the row.
But you don't know.
So guess what? You said that I'm sitting in the row. So guess what?
But you don't know.
They're going to learn to shut the fuck up today. They're going to learn to shut the fuck up today.
All right. Well.
I have them just like
okay.
Shirley Ralph on Abbott Elementary. Oh, my students are just fine.
Okay.
They respect me, baby girl.
They don't play with Mrs. Howard. They do not play with Mrs. Howard. They might play with Janine. They might play with Mr. Hill. They might even on a bad day play with Miss Sheminti. But they're not playing with Miss Howard. And that's that on that. I know that's right.
By the end of the damn movie, they will love me.
So Eva also says, Crystal, would you rather have to wear ice blue colored contacts every day for a year or have to transcribe T.I.'s autobiography as he dictates it to you face to face? You cannot
Why
wear...
did they just ask you if you'd like to be shot in your
Literally,
mouth?
because then the caveat is you can't wear sunglasses or anything else to hide the contacts.
This is way worse than mine.
It is. I agree. And yet I feel just as sure about my answer. I can easily transcribe T.I.'s autobiography because T.I. is not using very big words. Sorry to say this. He's not Mariah Carey, but like these aren't big words. And even the words he thinks are big are words that I've known since I was in like the 4th grade. So it would not be difficult for me to transcribe this. Perhaps listening to T.I. would be extremely annoying, irritating.
Imagine that would be.
Yeah, that's the real issue. It's like, I'm going to have to pop several edibles, maybe take a few shots to get through this. But I could do this in my sleep. Wearing ice.
And you can't just like argue with him.
Right.
It's his,
and I don't have to. No, actually just put him in the booth, because he's recording for the audiobook or whatever. Put him in the booth. I'm in a totally separate room. No.
That feels like
she didn't say that though.
Putting sunglasses
she didn't say that though.
On the, well.
Okay, face to face. Even still, I'm not going out every day in blue contact lenses for y'all to think that I'm that type of person. I'm not doing that. I don't want. I can't have. And I'm really trying to care less about what other people think, but I can't. Ice blue, white Walker contacts.
Blue.
Baby, I'm so sorry. My name is not insert any Negro here who is striving for white acceptance. I'm not that girl.
I wouldn't speak to you.
I wouldn't speak to me either. I would look at me in the mirror and be like, you're literally a fucking coon. I would not talk to me. The T.I.'s autobiography thing, you can keep that a secret. When you tell niggas and you're like, oh, I was a ghost transcriber for this. I got $150,000 for that. Niggas would be like, get your fucking money. Let's go out. Let's do some coke. Like, that's one thing. Having to show up in public every day for a year in ice blue contacts. No, thank you. I'd rather not work. So I would thank you, Eva, for these horrible choices. I would choose to transcribe T.I.'s autobiography. Just like if you would rather sit next to those unruly children. But if you have any other similarly...
Nobody said unruly. I really would love to read it again because
she didn't say unruly, but she said unsupervised and unchaperoned. These are children who are by themselves.
But I am there.
But you are not their adult.
It does not matter.
Not to you, but these are new kids.
That's fine.
These new kids are on some new shit.
You left them with me in the movie. Guess what?
So I'm cussing they black asses out.
Guess what? They'll be safe. They will be completely safe.
Listen.
As a matter of fact, they'll be safer under my supervision than probably anybody else because I'm going to make sure that they're not only silent, but they're still.
Yeah.
What's safer than that?
Thank you.
And as much as I can't stand kids, if they're in harm's way, I would probably do everything I could to make sure that they were safe.
Same, which is very annoying because I'm very much like, oh, girl, you and your kids. But then, like, let me see an unchaperoned child out in the wild. Like, when I'm riding my bike, especially, and I see a little kid riding their bike by themselves, any race, any gender, I'm automatically like, I'm watching this child with my life until an adult shows up.
Like, I can't help it.
Because I know a lot of people let their kids like, oh, you ride ahead of me and you stop right here, you know, at the light because you know to stop. And like, I'm teaching you how to ride a bike in New York, which is fine. But on the off chance that this is a little child riding their bike by themselves, I'm watching this nigga with my life. Let's start off this week with a letter from Let's start with Moesha. Moesha says, hey, y'all. At the beginning of the year, my friend Nisi hit me up and said she needed to talk. When she called, she sounded panicked and said she had to tell me something. Nisi then told me that she slept with my ex-boyfriend the night before.
Christ almighty.
And also confessed to having slept with him once in college before he and I got together, but never told me because she said it never felt like the right time to bring it up. This ex-boyfriend she was referring to was my college sweetheart who I dated for 9 years, but he and I remained cool even after we broke up. He even called to tell me when he got engaged late last year. When Nisi made this revelation, I was shocked, but also my knee-jerk reaction was to calm her down because she was super teary and very emotional. The full scope of what she was saying was not clicking for me during the convo. I ended up trying to make her feel better about everything and told her that we would be fine, but I also let her know that I would be calling him. When I called this nigga, I said I spoke with Nisi and asked if there was anything he wanted to share with me. He did the usual nigga thing of playing dumb and said he had nothing to tell me and that anything Nisi shared with me was between me and her. I said, okay, thanks. Hung up and then blocked his ass on every app I can think of. As far as I'm concerned, he can go straight to hell. Nisi didn't attempt to reach out or take any steps toward repairing things for nearly 2 months. When she finally did hit me up, she said it took so long because she didn't think I would want to talk with her. Since that time, we've had maybe a handful of unrelated conversations and random text messages. I know she feels guilty, but now I'm wondering if I should just accept that we are no longer friends instead of holding out hope that maybe we can repair this relationship. Yeah. I've built up a resentment, which I don't think would be there if she actually tried to fix things between us. I'm annoyed that she's the one at fault here, but I'm the one trying to give her chances to make amends. What would you do if your friend crossed the boundary in this way? Should I just accept that the friendship is over and move on? Thanks, Moesha. Well, I think you told her how you feel. I think you did it.
I mean, Momo, I'm I'm in the comfort of my own home. I'm blessed to have a roof over my head. I'm trying to just look on the bright side. So rather than saying that you're dumb, I'm instead going to say that you are like super considerate and like very empathetic,
what a nice
very
girl.
sympathetic, and that is sweet. You're considerate of people's feelings. You're fair. These people are not friends with you.
Damn.
And the crocodile tears and the alligator tears, all of that stuff can be kept. Like, you're not gonna come over to my motherfucking house or go any motherfucking where and tell me that you fucked on my nigga before and after I was fucking with him, and then start bawling and crying and asking for tissue and stuff, and I'm supposed to cradle you and breastfeed you and make your motherfucking ass feel better. Like, you didn't violate our friendship.
Yeah.
Like, fucking on this nigga before we got together and not saying anything is already weird, because it's like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
That's the big question.
Rewind. I thought it would. I didn't know. What did you say? That I would know the time. I didn't think there was a right. What was the excuse for that?
So initially, when she slept with him before they got together, but said she never told her because it never felt like the right time to bring it up. And then she didn't.
What does that mean?
I mean, I can see how it would be awkward to be like, "Hey, girl, by the way, you're a man. I definitely smashed," but I don't see why she would get mad at that if that was before the two of them got together. Like that's
what I'm saying.
So why be? To me, there's no real reason to be afraid of telling me that, because you didn't violate me in no way. It just gets weirder. You look more guilty the fact that you waited so long, and then you slept with him again. Obviously, this is a much more direct violation. But that first thing is like, why was she so scared to say something in the first place?
You have got to go. Listen, I don't know how many friends you have outside of this person. If that was your like ace boom coon, nobody says that anymore.
I do.
If that was like, you know what, and that's fine. We gotta say things in our generation and beyond too. Like we gotta have our
save
stuff.
Some recipes.
The fuck? Absolutely.
Old nigga shit.
If that was like your like real close friend,
right,
then I understand the sort of conflict of, oh, do I just say goodbye to this friendship? Is this something she did? Come and tell me and apologize, and she seemed really broken up with it. That's fine. Like, other people who love you will come across your path. If you don't already have other people in your life that love you, genuinely support you, ain't gonna like don't want anything bad for you, etc. Like, if you don't already have that, the right people will come into your life. You do not need to hold on to people who have done you dirty, who have treated you wrong, who have been dishonest with you or whatever, for the sake of them, or for like the sake of filling holes or gaps or whatever in your social or emotional life. Like, none of that this doesn't even need to be a consideration. If mama is like, if you're feeling like you want to maintain a friendship so that, she won't feel like trash, let me introduce you to something that is called therapy. Like, you can go ahead and pass that word on over to her.
Damn.
And she can go and find a professional to discuss. We're all doing it. It's all the rage.
It is.
Find somebody to talk to, because it's not going to be me. And you, again, second week in a row that somebody has written in a letter and talked about some fallout or some weird shit with their friends, and an ass whooping did not take place. And I'm just shocked.
Yeah.
But also, that's good.
I mean,
so good for y'all.
Yes, technically that is a good thing. Right. But I also think this is much less of a violation than that other one was. That the girl who made that crack about the dead boyfriend. I can't believe you didn't get stomped in the fucking concrete. This,
like, the fact that they didn't jump you,
all of them, right, just right there. But I mean, I get the feelings here, and clearly she knows that she was wrong because she called you all upset and like feeling bad for what she did. Her conscience was kicking her ass. So clearly, between the two of you, this is understood to have been like a raggedy thing to do. I don't know that I would have been that emotionally invested in somebody sleeping with my ex, but it sounds like this was like a very significant ex to you. And so I think if, like Kid Fury said, if this is like one of your very best niggas, then I would take some time to craft a message and be like, listen, I really love you. I would love for us to find a way to move on with our friendship. However, I won't be the one to bridge the gap or fix what happened here because I'm not the one who fucked up our bond. So like, if you're interested in keeping this friendship alive, like you are going to have to show that in a way that you have not been doing. I mean, this is what I'm saying. It would have to be somebody who I considered like almost like blood, because anybody else, you can just kick, you literally can kick rocks. And I know,
get moving.
I know that shame keeps people from doing what they should do. I know, like I get that. It really does. People feel so ashamed of what they've done that they avoid the person that they've hurt. So I would say, you don't even have to do all that. You don't have to give her that grace. But if you really want to keep this friend around, then I would be like, hey, I need to see you making an effort to fix the trust that you violated between the two of us, and then let it go from there. Like, I'm not, the door is open for you to try to make amends. So let me see if you're going to try to amend this shit. And if not, then it's just time to move on. You blocked this other nigga, which it don't even sound like y'all was really friends. Like y'all stayed Instagram cool or whatever. So blocking him is fine. And if you need to do the same thing with her, then let that be that. What would I do if a friend of mine slept with an ex? I personally probably would just be curious more than anything else. Like, why would you do that?
Right.
Like, I think I would be more confused than angry. But yeah, if you know that you did me wrong and you can't work past your shame, even if I'm telling you like, hey, you need to put forth an effort, and you can't seem to work past your shame to approach me and repair our friendship, then I don't have nothing else for you. I won't be continuing to put out the effort when I'm not the one who fucked this up. So,
I mean, sounds like gospel to me.
Best of luck to you, Moesha. Let us know what Niecy does.
Okay, good folks. We're back. It's time to read your listener letters.
It is. We have a couple of updates this week. The first one comes from Moesha. If you remember Moesha, she had a friend who confessed that she slept with her ex-boyfriend, this college sweetheart of hers, and she hadn't heard from Niecy in all this time. So and ended up consoling her. So Moesha said, I just wanted to thank you for your insight. When I heard Key Fury say, I'm not going to say you're dumb, I screamed, because that is exactly what the one friend I told about all of this said. Even she said that Niecy is dust at this point, and I have too many friends to be holding on to somebody who would even think about doing something trifling. Everything y'all said is how I've been feeling, but I wanted to get some unbiased thoughts since I haven't really told anybody who knows all the parties involved. Ironically, I think Niecy may have heard the show because she hit me up the same day and was sending me videos
when that happened.
of things she thought I might like, and said she would call me next week. I haven't completely closed the door to communication with her, but I know any type of relationship going forward won't be the same. Such is life. I have a slew of hoochies in my corner, so I'll be fine. Y'all are the straight shooters I needed to hear from. Thanks and so much love. Moesha, I'm glad that you have another friend who was like, girl, fuck this. And I'm glad that you're in a healthy place with regards to like how you view that friendship. And I too would scream if she heard that and was like, wait a minute, this bitch is talking about. God damn it. I see myself reflected in this situation. But yeah, glad it worked out for you. And we also have another update. This one from SJ, who's emailed us a few weeks ago. She's the one who lost her mother, and then the boyfriend like didn't come see her in the hospital because his family didn't want her.
Yeah. Because his family was being
right.
Like,
So SJ said, thanks so much for your advice. My boyfriend broke up with me and said that he can't commit.
What?
He said that he can't commit to a future with me. And since my mom died, it's been like having to get to know a brand new person for him.
Continue.
I know in my brain that after he said something so dumb and insensitive that this is really a blessing that he broke up with me, but I'm still devastated. I lost my mom and my partner all within 6 months, and I know I'm getting close to my limit. I'm going to try and prioritize finding a therapist so I don't completely lose my mind. Thanks again. Love you guys, SJ. Damn. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not. I said if
really
he was
surprised either.
Like, this is the type of situation where like niggas either step up or they really step down.
Or they just step down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm sorry it ended like that. You're right. Like, you are better off without somebody who would say something like that. Like, oh, you changed since your mama died. No shit. You fucking dumb. Are you joking?
Shit. My mama died.
Oh my God. You dumb ass nigga. Really? Have I changed? Am I moody? Are you kidding? Oh my God. I'm sorry, baby. I am. I'm so sorry.
Did you think that I was going to start kicking around and singing like the WB frog?
I just...
Hello, my baby. Hello, my dog. Yeah. Like, did you think that I was just going to come out kicking and singing?
Niggas, man. Niggas. That's so fucked up. So, I'm sorry, SJ, that it didn't go well. And we wish you luck with healing and moving forward. Again, be kind with yourself. Like we said last time.
You're good. Fuck him.
Because you're going through a lot right now. And that nigga he just don't deserve you. So.
Other than that, really, I don't have anything. I just wanted to address the finale of Game of Thrones. Well, House of Dragon. Well, I call it Game of Thrones because, I mean...
Same thing.
Same intro, music. Okay. So skip ahead.
Spoiler warnings.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
First of all, y'all made us sit through 10 episodes of hot, rank incest. Just steaming,
gross,
stinking incest, rape, and the things. Which is on brand for Game of Thrones. I mean,
yeah.
But like, there was just something super saturated. It was just like the constant, all the uncle and the niece, and then oh my God, and then they just casually be like 6-year-old, like, well, I don't want to marry my sister, baby. I don't want you to marry your goddamn sister. Like, just like all of this time. Anyway, getting us all emotionally invested in some characters and then flipping the script. It's just like, it's the expected high fantasy white people drama that I know the series for. As someone who watched the series and didn't read the books, kiss my ass. What do you I barely have time for anything. Now, what I really want to say is two things. Why is it that the niggas in this series either had no lines, died after knowing them for about 5 minutes, or were just like incredibly aggravating? Like, they were like, all right, fine, we'll put niggas in your dragon show. Gave them terrible white wigs, 3 lines apiece, and then each time they were talking about some bullshit. Like, what? Dreadhead Cisco came back from absolutely the fuck nowhere. Right. And do you watch the show?
I watched 1 episode and I knew it was not for me.
But you watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And for a lot of reasons, that wasn't a great idea. I watched Game of Thrones through my fingers, but always it was too fucking violent for me. The sexual assault and the incest just turns my stomach. And so when I found out it was just more of the same, except set even further in the past, I was like, girl.
Also, lots of stillbirth.
Oh, see, no, thank you. I'll read the tweets.
Yeah, lots of dead babies.
I saw a clip of somebody being murdered in an incredibly violent way, like head got impaled or something. I said, baby, no, it's not this time. Ain't not watching this.
There was also something in this finale where like the lead, Rhaenyra, is like goes into labor prematurely and then like pulls her own trigger warning. pulls her own dead baby out of her birthing vagina on her bedroom ground and then like wraps it up. And it was like, and then she's like, all right, so let's talk about this war. It's like I get it. Like, I understand, like, I guess the trauma they were trying to drag her through. Why in the motherfucking white-haired hell did you send your fucking child and that dragon to them people by himself to go and tell them to get with it or get lost? What was the thought process behind that?
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot of people talk about that.
What the fuck were you thinking about? Oh, well, dragons fly faster than ravens. Oh. And they make, like, what? But ravens come a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Dragons are your white privilege. Mm. And you sent one over there with your motherfucking 3-year-old baby. I mean, he's like 14. But you sent this one over there with this child to go and tell them niggas to kiss your ass or die or get fire breathed on them or whatever. What the fuck did you think? Did I need to see a dragon maul another dragon and a white child in the middle of the... And we don't even get to see heads roll? Y'all got a lot of nerve.
And watch it be another 1.5 years before they come out with another season.
It'll be back in, around that amount of time. Like,
woo, no, I said
maybe honestly, like, like top of 2024. It was like, it's very Game of Thrones, but it also like, it's so much more focused on like the Targaryen, like it's very, very, very focused on this family. Mm-hmm. And just like like a couple surrounding it, and like the succession of the throne and all of this other shit, where Game of Thrones, the original series, kind of builds on the lore in a different way. Mm-hmm. Overall, I still enjoyed it because of the drama and scandal, and probably, the reason niggas like Bridgerton. I don't know. But,
I do love Bridgerton.
It's like Bridgerton without the gore and, fantasy elements, I guess. I didn't watch Bridgerton.
It's nothing like Bridgerton.
Yeah, no.
Maybe the accents. That might be just about it.
But yeah, the scandalous white drama and the nerve, and the ways that they will destroy each other for power. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of white people today.
Well,
they don't wash, and they will, feed their kids to beasts if it means being powerful.
Woo! Yeah, I saw a bunch of tweets about niggas. And they all loved the finale, but I have come to accept that there are certain things that I am just too sensitive for.
No, honestly, I watched this episode, and I have no problem with gore and violence, especially when it's like when supernatural or fantastical elements are involved, because then I'm like, none of this is real anyway. Mm-hmm. If it's like a slasher movie or some shit, or so like a bloody or like a series, like a what was that one movie with Queen Latifah, I think, was in it? The Bone Collector. Some shit like, was she in The Bone Collector?
I did not see that shit.
I did. Of course you did. I'm not saying you did.
Right.
But like things like that are the things that would creep me out more than like, I don't know. Insert ghost movie.
Yeah.
Whatever.
My issue is that it looks real.
Well, it should.
That's exactly why I cannot stomach it. So, and I have accepted that about myself. Game of Thrones has a habit of putting all the things that make me the most uncomfortable into one show. But the people who love it really love it. Since we're starting with the obvious.
But yeah, no. Even in this finale, I was like, okay, like, all right, like you started the season off with there's a whole lot. This season had a lot of women struggling with pregnancy or dying because of it and stuff like that. And I'd love to know why.
Yeah.
But on this last one, I was like, all right, like, I don't need to see this dead baby. I don't need to see, like, it's like, okay. I swear, I watched this episode and I was like, censorship isn't all that bad.
Perhaps censorship made some points.
I wasn't even grossed out. It was just like, this is probably really horrible and effective for someone who probably just wants to watch a show about fire-breathing lizards.
This is all I'm saying. So,
but yeah, like, I don't know, man. After the way that Game of Thrones ended, I don't know, man.
That's another thing. Do y'all really want to sit through however many years of this just to be utterly disappointed by the last season?
I'm already invested in a lot of the characters.
Everybody is still so mad at how Cersei died. Everybody,
and there's like, this show has villains like that already. It has people that I like hate already. Not as much as them.
Okay.
Because we had more time to hate them and a whole lot of stuff. Like, Cersei and them pushed the child out a window, like in the very first
fucking episode.
So, but it's like, I'm afraid, like, don't do me. You know what I mean? Like, don't, because y'all already playing a lot of games and I'm like roused. Like the way that it ended, like she didn't even, like, if y'all watch it and you saw that last shot, she didn't even look pissed enough for me. Like,
child,
don't have me sitting back watching episodes and episodes and episodes of these grimy, musty white people fucking their brothers and sisters and cousins and all that other stuff, and then don't even give me the satisfaction of destroying the right people at the right times.
Yeah,
we're not gonna do that again. We're not doing another 8 seasons of that.
Woo.
That's it. That's all I have.
Watch that be exactly what y'all do, though.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I feel it already. Like,
good luck, though, because I am not going on this journey with y'all. I did the last one, and that was enough for me. Good luck to the rest of you.
Honestly, I think you're probably...
Yep.
Yeah, because this is like and it's also clear they're going to they're going to do more spinoffs and all kinds of stuff. So
I'm getting off. It is not.
You're probably all right.
In 5 years, y'all gonna be like, damn, should have listened to Crystal. Should have stopped watching right fucking then. But
I mean, blood and gore and guts and stuff is just not your tea.
It's not.
And it's just like it. If you're gonna be looking away for 39 minutes out of 46,
right?
It's like
a good 90% of the show. So, and I only watched that one episode because niggas was over here for my birthday and wanted to watch it. So I just sat there and kind of looked at it with them. And I almost got caught up in the storyline. I said, I am not going back and watching. I swear to God, I'm not going to do it.
The sound design is really impressive. So even if you're not looking at someone's head bashed in, you can hear it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the squish of it all. Ugh.
Yeah. And it's probably just like a bucket full of like butter and jello.
Yeah.
But
somebody in a studio just making noises with props. But the episode I saw did look good, though. It was like a girl and then I guess her best friend, but then her best friend had married her daddy or something.
So let me tell you how this bitch did her, right? So they were homies. Like we chilling. Okay. Like here I am, the king is my daddy or whatever, but I'm not sweating it. Like I'm flying dragons. You know what I'm saying? I'm being a bad bitch. You know, my fashion is giving you kind of androgynous.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm a little, like I'm really giving you like tomboy. Like I want to fly dragons. I don't understand why, like, a woman is supposed to be just having a nigga's babies. Like, that's not my tea. So, like, you're my bitch, right? And, like, we're, like, in the meadows and shit, and you're like singing and reading poetry and shit, and I'm like, you know, just being a bad bitch and like laying in your lap. And we like gossip. We talk about how these niggas ain't shit, and like fuck all of this like being an heir and family shit. Like, let's just hop on a dragon and like fly away and see like what the fuck is out here. Like, because the Westeros, all this shit is like big, like it's lit, right? And she's like, girl, like I feel you, bitch. Like I like her complete. Like fuck these niggas. Like we don't have to do none of these niggas be talking about. Like we are our own women, we are our own young ladies, and we are all about it. Then what happens? Your best friend daddy getting her motherfucking head and is like, first of all, your mama dies. Woo. Doing what? Having a nigga's baby.
Of course.
Your mama motherfucking dies. And so who should be down with what the fuck we been talking about from jump anyway? My ride or die, my best friend, my bitch. Let's hop on Dragon back, okay? You're not a bad bitch with white hair like me, so you don't have one. But it's cool because I'll tell the dragon, like, you my bitch, so and we can literally get on this dragon and peace out. Your daddy was like, oh, well, since this nigga ain't got no bitch no more, like, now is a perfect time for for me to go ahead and like basically pimp out my own daughter who's like 14 or 4 and 10, as they say, to this old ass nigga fresh after his wife is dead. Go ahead and bring him a gift. Wear that dress that your dead mama used to wear. Pimping out his daughter. You went over there and you fucked your best friend's goddamn daddy, and then you fell in love with him, and you became the queen and had your best friend's brothers and sisters. You freak, skank. You fucking, you treacherous, low down, you skeezer. How dare you? And then the worst part is,
Lord.
The worst part is, she could need her, Rhaenyra, the king's daughter, was all about it. The worst fucking thing that happened was she discovered dick. She discovered fucking, and her life went downhill as it went with most of us. Yeah. And who did she discover fucking through? Her goddamn uncle. Why? Because this is Game of Thrones and it's fucking filthy. Yeah. And she discovered sex, and then she went and she started having sex, thankfully not with her uncle yet. But then it all went downhill from then. But then her best friend go catch herself like sweating and catching an attitude because her motherfucking daddy made her heir long before she started fucking him and having kids and all that other shit. And so now you feel like your motherfucking kids should be heir to the throne because your daddy said so, and because you have boys and everybody is motherfucking underneath the patriarchy and living with misogyny in their motherfucking blood and in their hearts and shit like that. And so they feel like even though you're the heir, you shouldn't be the motherfucking rightful heir just because you're a motherfucking woman. And your goddamn best friend who you were supposed to be flying dragon back with and not having no goddamn babies and doing whatever fuck you want to do and living off the fat of the land like of mice and men. Your best friend is out here drinking the goddamn Kool-Aid in the streets and turned on you and had a whole bunch of badass kids that tried to kill your motherfucking kids and stole them black babies' dragons, and we're all around bad. All around bad. And turned on you and stole your throne. Like, scandalous. I need her head. I need her head on a spike. And I know she's going to be the Cersei of this motherfucking series, where she's going to be in the motherfucking show all series long. It's going to be them two going at it for the whole series. Watch. But her daddy got to die. And soon. Damn. And Rhaenyra's uncle beat it. That bitch got to die.
Oh my God.
That frizzy-haired TikToker looking motherfucker that killed them people behind Allison, the one who likes feet. Allison is out here putting her feet in the chat like Doja for niggas to go and assassinate motherfuckers behind her. All these white people are crazy, but none are more bold than Allison and her green dresses and her raggedy ass daddy and her badass one-eyed kid.
Oh my
God.
Fuck
them.
All right, that's all the House of the Dragons that I could ever possibly need. Thank you for all of that additional context. The episode I saw, she was just fucking around and she was supposed to marry somebody who was gay, and she was like, let's just have a marriage of convenience or whatever.
So let me say this.
Okay, no, wait. No, goddamn
then...
Oh, God.
Then they like, all right, so the nigga is mad because his wife was supposed to be the motherfucking queen in the first place. But again, patriarchy. Mm-hmm. So then motherfucking now she can't be the motherfucking queen. So they're like, all right, so marry our son, but the son gay. And so for whatever reason, they don't have kids because he doesn't like pussy or whatever. So she gonna have kids with somebody else that got like,
yeah.
What?
Okay.
They didn't have turkey basters back then. What is the problem?
Yeah, that's the episode.
And then tried to kill him so you can fucking marry your uncle. Everybody out of bounds.
Yeah.
Now I'm down.
And to Devontae Adams, who, I mean, I know you saw the game as the country's preeminent sportscaster. But when I was catching the end of the Raiders and Chiefs game on Monday, I was shocked. Wasn't it? I actually, since you feel that way, I would love to ask you a question real quick about that game. So in the fourth quarter, when the Raiders scored that touchdown and went for the 2-point conversion, what do you think was the reason behind that? Why would they do that, knowing that they had this one shot to tie the game?
You know, my answer to that question would simply be 2 words: false hope. And, you know, hope is a beautiful thing and it's a strong thing. And some would say hope is the strongest thing in the universe, strongest force in the universe. And sometimes decisions are made behind that strong force, that energy.
Okay.
And hard to argue in the face of hope because it's such a beautiful and bright.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But Chop.
So why would the Raiders go for the 2-point conversion there instead of the extra point?
Because hope. You know,
no, I'm not. I don't get it. You're right. I don't. Please break it down for me.
Went for the hope of 2 points to be conversed with the team in the stadium energy.
Okay.
On the night of game. And that hope is in the betterment of athleticism in the individualized section of their personal experience.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Absolutely. It made sense from the beginning.
So what did you think about that roughing the passer call that they called on Chris Jones when he sacked Derek Carr?
Man, you know.
Do you think the league is doing too much with the roughing the passers? Because I'm sure you watched the Tampa Bay game and saw what happened with Tom Brady. What do you think's going on with these roughing the passer calls in the league lately?
I mean, you know, personally, I feel like if you can't handle the heat, you get out of the den.
That's okay. Meaning,
this is the sports, and the girlies get rough.
That's what I said. Like, are we supposed to be sacking these niggas or nah?
We're not playing the flag.
Thank you.
We're playing the fun.
Exactly.
You know, no baby back bitching on the.
I agree. Wow.
The grass.
Yeah. Fully.
Absolutely not. So I feel like there is a maybe conspiracy is a strong word, but there feels as though there's advantage in malicious ways being taken for the game.
That's right. Okay. You know what? That's what I thought, but I just wanted to double check with somebody who really knows what they're talking about.
You're welcome.
Really knows the game, really studies it. And so thank you so much for clarifying that for me. I just wanted to make sure that I, my understanding was on the same level as an actual professional. Thank you. So I'm sure you saw what happened with Davante Adams after the game.
Crazy.
Wasn't that crazy? Yeah. Do you agree he should have been criminally charged?
Here's the thing. When your name's Davante, the system automatically shouts criminal.
Wow.
They did a whole Blackish episode about this. Real deep stuff. You should go back and watch it.
No, because their child is named Davante. Yeah. So
power to the people, man.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, after the Raiders lost that game
we know. Me and you.
We know. But for those of you who are listening who aren't as deep into sports as Kifir and I are, after the Raiders lost, Davante Adams is a wide receiver for the Raiders.
Yeah.
He was walking off the field and shoved a photographer who, I can't even say this man was in his way, really. Like, he was just very pissed. You could see he was mad because I don't have to get into all that. You know what happened with him and his teammate colliding and the missed pass and all that. So Davante was pissed.
Just crazy.
Right. And understandably pissed. The Raiders have a terrible record. I think they're 1-4 now, right? Aren't they 1-4?
Incredible. Like, it's just, what is going on over there?
So he shoved this photographer who was seemed to be trying to get out of this man's way. And of course, this man fell right back onto the fucking ground. Davante kept going. And then, did you see his Twitter apology?
Girl.
Did you scream? Because I scrammed.
I screamed a scrum that I have never scrummed.
I couldn't believe it because he went right to talking about, and I think he has actually deleted it. Oh yeah, he did delete it. I was going to pull up his
smart
Twitter, but
because it was rank.
First of all, it was truly terrible, but he was talking about how, the emotions got the best of him and he felt horrible immediately. Sorry to the guy I pushed over and, that's not me. My apologies, man. Hope you see this. So
you did it.
Right. So if you immediately felt horrible, it would stand to reason that you would immediately reach an arm out to that man and be like, my bad, help him get up. You kept marching like that bitch was in my way and he got what he fucking deserved. So if you immediately felt bad, you didn't show that, but it also doesn't matter because that man, a white man named Ryan Zebley, of course, is pressing charges against Davante Adams.
Of course he is.
He said he had whiplash, a headache, a concussion. And all I could say was, get money. Get money. If an NFL player pushes me, a credentialed media worker, on the sidelines because they're mad they lost, I'm getting every last goddamn dime I can. I can't even be mad at this white man because you fully deserve that. I was shocked that it went to the level of criminal charges. Honestly, I thought not the league necessarily, maybe the Raiders or Adams himself would settle this privately, cut some checks and move on. The fact that it went straight to the police is like, oh, wow, that's really, wow, Caucasian, damn. But, we all saw it happen. Everybody was watching Monday Night Football. Everybody watched the Raiders lose that game when it could have gone to overtime and been tied had y'all not gone for the 2-point conversion, which Kid Fury just talked about. But since they did and didn't get it and so missed the chance for the kick, then they lose the game. And so what I'm trying to say in talking about this whole story is that we are responsible for our actions even when we're angry, even when we're upset, even when we're frustrated. We can be mad as all hell, and we are still responsible for what we do. And taking that out onto people who didn't have nothing to do with it is a great way to be perhaps charged with a fucking misdemeanor. Now you're facing criminal charges from a football game when you could have just stormed off to the locker room, hit some walls or shit. I'm sure they got, inflatable niggas that you could have beat up on, or you could have, like you did when you got off the field, like throwing your helmet and cussing and screaming. You could have did all of that, and all of that would have been fine. You don't have the right to hurt other people because you're mad or frustrated. Yes, you lost a game. Yes, this doesn't feel good to have such a shitty record or to lose this game like this. We will probably be debating forever why the Raiders decided to go for that 2-point conversion, but you just don't get to act like this. It was one of those times where I was like, I don't even get to. I mean, but when you're down and there's still so much time left in the fourth quarter. Oh, okay. I mean, you are the expert, but I just feel like it would have made more sense to me, a non-expert, to kick the field goal and tie the game. That way you don't have to worry about it coming down to the wire like this. Like, it could have gone to OT, and then we see what happens in OT, but y'all didn't give yourselves that.
You didn't have hope.
You were banking on this 2-point conversion and coming out on top, which it didn't make sense to me. But, when it comes, anyway, you have to be accountable for the things that you do, even when you're big mad. And so I can't even defend this black man against this white man going full white man, because you fully deserve it, my nigga. You don't get to be pushing and shoving people who are just on the field doing their fucking jobs mad because your team didn't do yours. It's just a game. It is just a game you're being paid like $28 million to play. So just keep that in mind, because it can't be worth this. And I'm sure this charge won't really go anywhere. This nigga is not going to go to jail or nothing. If anything, it's just more fines. It's just more money you'll have to pay on top of the money you're going to have to give this man anyway. Just, even when you're angry, maintain control over yourself. And if you can't, then walk away. Walk away from everybody, anybody. Simply leave people alone until you're back into your body and back in control. Because this is the type of shit you can't get away with. And that's it for me.
Practice.
I'm all done.
Go down to the local Walmart, a place that's always
easily piss you off.
Yep. And aggression.
It'll make anybody mad. It'll piss anybody off to be in the Walmart. Yeah. And just, work on that. So, but yeah, I'm done. Fuck Isaiah Washington. And fuck Devontae Adams, child. That was raggedy of you, my nigga. It was. Sorry. I also only have one thing to talk about this week, and it is this clip of Kelly Rowland. I don't know if you've seen this.
I just watched this.
Yes.
An hour or two ago.
So if you haven't seen it, Kelly Rowland and Marseille Martin were on Ebro in the morning, and unfortunately they had to speak to Peter Rosenberg, who... Now, I did not watch the whole interview. I just watched this one clip, but it was so bad. It was. So he opens the clip by complimenting Kelly Rowland on her ability to play second to Beyonce. Like, he literally says the words to her, like, shout out to you in 2022. This man said, wow, you really held it down, and like, you part of this great group, and at the same time you're next to the person who is shining the brightest light on planet Earth, and you didn't even fight it. It seems like you somehow loved your position anyway and took it seriously. And so Kelly, with all the class and media training that Matthew beat into them 30 years ago, Kelly very politely and quickly gathers him right on up and says, well, yes, Beyonce is a light, but light attracts light. I am light. Nobody's light dims anybody else's light. The issue comes in when other people try to compare us, because that just shows how weak their light is. And then Marseille Martin is over here like making faces and nodding like, please catch the hint, dumbass white man.
Stamp on his back.
Baby, but do you think this white man took the hit? Do you think he picked up what she was putting down? Of course he fucking did not. Kept right on going, talking about, yeah, but you could have just chilled and been like, I'm in this great group and my best friend is the biggest artist in the world. And so Kelly again has to cut him off right there and say, yes. And also, Beyonce's best friend and sister is also one of the biggest artists in the world. And y'all need to stop looking at relationships as if they are one-sided. And it blew my mind that she had to break this down to this dumbass white man.
Peter Rosenberg is an adult, by the way.
Baby.
Like a grown adult.
She said, I'm shining. Marseille is shining. We sitting right here shining together. Yes, Beyonce has done a lot for Black women in particular, especially. And somebody paved the way for her. And I do the same thing. And somebody did it for me. Like, there's plenty of space for all of us to chill and coexist. And it doesn't have to be, just one girl. So chill out with the fucking comparisons and stop trying to limit us. And then, child, here Ebro come in. I feel like he was trying to do damage control for this white man.
Of course he was.
There's a perception that there's limited slots, but that's not necessarily true. But ego gets in the way and blah, blah, blah. So then Kelly is like, yeah, definitely when I was younger, I started to internalize those messages because y'all have been pretending that Kelly is a lesser being than Beyonce since the group came out. Y'all have been doing this since she was 15 fucking years old. So yeah, at a certain point, she says, when I was younger, I definitely did internalize those messages that I wasn't as worthy. And it took a lot of growth and self-love to get out of that mindset. So it's like all the Black people are nodding and understanding. And it's like, okay, it was about to go off the fucking edge of the cliff, but we finna turn this shit around, baby. Here come Rosenberg again. With what I felt was actually the most disrespectful. Well, it's hard to say. All of his questions in this clip are incredibly disrespectful. But then he says, well, how do you continue to work so hard even though you're so successful? Like, why do you've done all these great things, music and acting and all this. And why do you even still get up in the morning and go do anything when you already have so much? Nigga, what?
Also, just quick note. This man has worked in radio, thus has interviewed people for countless years. Like,
baby,
should not be this
are you talking
piss poor at asking questions.
What the fuck? No, because what the fuck are you talking about? Man, I don't watch Ebro in the morning regularly. I don't listen regularly. So maybe I'm missing some kind of context. Maybe he asks everybody why they work. But that is a stupid fucking question. Kelly was like, she looked at him like, why do I earn money?
Yeah.
She was like, I mean, again, extremely diplomatic, and said, well, I'm good. And I want to continue working. I want to be great. I want to put my all into everything I do. Like some flowery shit that she should have never had to say, because 100% certain that he wouldn't have asked no damn white man. Like, you're not asking Brad Pitt why he continues to act or produce movies. You're not doing that.
Never.
Do you ask yourself why you get up in the morning and continue to come get on the radio?
I do.
After having been on the radio. After having been on the radio for so fucking long. Like, this just isn't a question that you would have asked another white man. And it was a stupid question on top of that. Because, like, obviously she works for money. Like people work to earn money, but also because it gives them a sense of satisfaction. They like what they do. They're good at it. They want to continue putting things out into the world.
Have you heard of passion?
Like, what do you mean?
Drive.
I was so annoyed because to me that question just said, it just, again, was him going back to this belief that he has that, like, if you were associated with Beyonce and you made all this money with Beyonce, then why even bother with doing anything else? Like, you can just chill and be Beyonce's sidekick all your life. And what she has been trying to say is that is not who she is. And they have made it clear that that is not their relationship. Y'all continue to put that bullshit onto them. And y'all continue to do it to Kelly. Y'all do it to Kelly as if it's not extremely fucked up, extremely disrespectful, extremely hurtful to insinuate that this woman should feel like she is not as good as somebody who is her literal best friend in the fucking world, a sister to her. Like, Kelly has not talked about the shit that she went through when she felt like she had to be like she had internalized these messages and she felt like she had to be like distancing herself from Beyonce and ended up in fucked up situations and wasn't even speaking to B and all this because of the shit y'all have been saying for decades about these Black women. Please shut the fuck up or show Kelly Rowland the respect she deserves. Pick one, though. Pick one. Peter fucking Rosenberg. Nigga, you're lucky to even be speaking. You're lucky to even be speaking to her. And then, of course, the conversation moves on. After Kelly does that, you know, it moves on to like, let's talk about Marseille and how young you are, and you know, some blah 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 college life and like. So it moved on from there. I don't think it got any spicier after that. But I was just disgusted by the audacity of this fucking white man to sit in front of Kelly fucking Rowland's face, a person who you will never be a 10th as successful. Like, you will never, baby, you cannot even begin to touch the hem of her fucking garment and to disrespect her like that over and over to her fucking face. Even though, like, again, she made it extremely clear twice that you needed to shut the fuck up and stop saying this shit about her. And you just kept doing it. Like, I don't read the fucking room, girl. Wake the fuck up.
And if she would have piped up and popped off, then it would have been a problem.
Then it really, right. Or if she would have cussed him out, or she would have said, the fuck you mean by that? Then it would have been an issue.
Right.
Baby, Kelly Rowland is a incredible person.
Yeah.
So gracious. When y'all do not deserve it. When y'all do not deserve it.
Grace, patience, regality. Mm-hmm. All of the things, truly, because a couple of things I wouldn't have done.
And if somebody gets a phone call or if somebody is standing outside your bushes asking you what the fuck you had to say about Kelly Rowland, I won't be shocked either. Because I know how Beyonce and Solange do about their sister. So just tread fucking lightly. Be careful who the fuck you talking to. And be careful of the dumb shit you perpetuate. When you say things like think about what you're saying, 21 Savage. Think about the words you're using. Are these the correct words? Peter Rosenberg you are a professional interviewer.
Like
This is your job.
Why are you so bad?
And you're harping
so bad
on this topic when she's made it clear, like, you think I am inferior to Beyonce. I do not think I'm inferior to Beyonce. So stop talking to me as if I agree with you.
This is a compliment to Beyonce don't agree with you.
Right.
It's a compliment to no one. Beyonce does not live. Kelly does not live. The Black community does not live. Nobody's living. It's not giving what you think it's giving.
Why do you get up in the morning and go to work? Bitch, what do you?
What the fuck are we talking about? Like, I literally got dressed and came here. I'm Kelly Rowland, and this is what you're asking me? It's weird. It's weird.
Stupid. So yeah, fuck Peter Rosenberg for that. That was just extremely fucking stupid.
Last but not least, Trixie and Katya had a show down in the Inglewood.
Oh no.
Now, I took my dollars and time to go and watch this show because I enjoy those two queens. And for me to openly say, for either of us to openly stand for white people, you know, that we enjoy.
To even say something nice. It's true. Oh no. Oh damn.
So,
oh God.
Went down to the Tracy and Catherine show. And I was very excited. In fact, let me just also start this by saying I was having a shit day then as well. And I almost didn't go because that's how bad of a day I was having, like in terms of depression. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go anyway. I'm tired. You're so gay. I'm tired. I'm I'm bummed.
Yeah.
What if like I kind of just want to be in my bed? But I was like, you know what? I watch these queens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They make me laugh all the time. I really enjoy them. Maybe this will turn my night around. At least give me a couple of chuckles, and then I can come back and deal with, the darkness,
life,
the abyss that is existence.
Okay.
So I go down to the show. Great turnout. Of course, I'm on the floor, and I of all of the people, I had to be sitting behind someone who decided to, I guess, dress up as Trixie Mattel for the show. Now, if you know anything about Trixie Mattel, you know that bitch is 1/3 wig.
Yeah. It's true. The wigs are huge.
So I'm sitting behind this white queen who's in drag, which, mind you, for the amount of people that are at this show, I think that was the only person I saw in drag.
What was it? The Trixie impersonator? The one who looks just like her?
I don't know. I see lots of people dress up as Trixie Mattel.
But there's one girl who looks just like Trixie. Like,
I wouldn't have known because I only saw the back of this bitch's big ass wig.
Okay. It probably was that girl then, honestly.
This motherfucker was blocking like half of the stage for me.
Damn.
With this huge blonde wig. I was so fucking tilted, especially because from what I could see, it was a great show. The intro was awesome. It had like lots of little surprises and twists and fun stuff. It was cool to like be in the room with them and all that other shit. But like, I left during intermission. I just was like,
damn.
At this point, I'm watching them on the screens. And for all of that, when I'm already depressed and feel like shit, I could just go home and watch them on and our Queens I Like to Watch, or what are the millions of other videos that I watch all the time. Because that wig, and then somebody, I don't know if they were next to me, but somebody's breath was in my seat. So I was like, you can have it. At this point, I'm just going to go home. Like,
oh, okay. Damn. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
I don't know what it is about white queer spaces, but y'all just have to be seen. Do them. It's just like grand high pick me space. What the fuck is you up in drags for? Bitch, you ain't getting paid. How inconsistent? Like, girl, take the wig or put the wig in your lap for the like.
Yeah.
I paid to be here too, bitch. I can't see.
I'm sure it wasn't just you whose view was blocked either. I'm sure it was.
That's the thing. Like, I'm sure somebody else was also there in drag with a fucking chandelier on their head or a giant tampon or some dumb shit. But it's like, girlies, we're not here to see Rocky Horror Picture Show. Just chill. It's not about you. Like, It's not about you.
Yeah, people can be really inconsiderate. It's like they are only thinking about their moment and their experience, and they don't think about what it's doing to everybody else who's in attendance. Yeah.
Even the girlies that do it and get booked and make coins off of it. I saw Heidi in Closet there, complete boy. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like,
I really think it was the Trixie impersonator who was sitting right in front of you. Damn, that's fucked up.
Well, the Trixie impersonator needs to impersonate their ass down to Santa Monica Boulevard or wherever the fuck. Like, go do that shit down at Mickey's or wherever the fuck when everybody is going and getting amaretto sours or whatever white gays drink.
I thought you was going to say they came out and did something racist. I was about to be like, oh, God. Now I
wouldn't know.
Now I can't listen to Cosby.
I only saw half the goddamn show.
Okay, damn.
What I did see of it was fun. And I'm like, and the other thing was, bitch, who knows when they will tour again together?
Right.
Trixie, I'll have plenty of opportunities to see live again, I'm sure.
Right.
Katya,
Katya's friend. Katya not going back on the fucking road.
Katya making it out on stage and doing her damn thing and being so like, I'm like,
no, Katya's gone.
After this tour, she might retire, bitch. We don't even like.
Yeah. Trixie, that bitch never met $1 she wasn't gonna make. Okay, she'll be back on tour this year, but Katya,
she's probably playing there tonight.
That right. Oh, I feel you. That might really be that. I would be so annoyed.
The amount of work that goes into a live show of any kind, energetically, emotionally, physically, is a lot. It's hard.
Right.
But the amount of work that they were doing up there.
Yeah. Drag shows are intense.
Trixie is a workaholic. So I'm sure she'll that bitch does 3 tours at once. But to get the both of them together again, I don't know when I'm going to get to see that shit again. Right. So thank you. Trixie impersonator or whatever the fuck freak sat in front of me. And you know what? I just realized I planned to start this with a disclaimer that said I was going to use a copious amount of homophobic slurs.
You're gay, so you can do it.
Oh, I know that I can. I just forgot. I didn't back down. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Right.
But you fags need to get your goddamn shit together when you go down to my God,
oh, that's so inconsiderate.
Were you waiting for the moment that Brian was going to look down at you and be like, hey, and make you what?
Yeah.
That's what I get for going to a drag show. Well, that's it. I'm done.
I went to Sibling Rivalry a few weeks ago and it was incredible. But I'm
sure it was.
It was. Bob and Monet are so good. But if somebody had been in a Bob wig or something, some big exaggerated big Diana Ross rig, I would have been so mad. Bitch, we all came to see the fucking show. So why do this you about to get called up on stage? You're not part of this. You're in the audience like everybody else. Why don't you act like
Imagine I go down to Wakanda Forever with Angela Bassett's big ass crown or headpiece. I'm just here to see the movie. Bitch, so am I, bitch. Right. Take that shit off of your head, dummy. Inconsiderate. Welcome back to the podcast, folks. We're going to go ahead and wrap the show up now with the read.
Amen. Do you want me to go first?
No, I've got it. I really don't have much to say.
Okay.
Truly. I'm just going to say the following. 1, at this point, you motherfuckers who are booking Kanye and Mari West to come and say whatever the fuck shot John for white people's attention and coinage, y'all are weird. Specifically black and brown people. You already know what it is. We already know what it is. And we know more than anything that you are doing this specifically to bring clicks, views, attention, and dollars to your piss poor publications. It's weird. It's dangerous. It's sad. And it's incredibly unnecessary for you to afterward go on these weird ass apology tours around everybody's podcasts and radio shows, acting as if you actually give a fuck about the outrage or the response to the bullshit that you knew was coming when you booked this guest in the first place. Yes. I find it weird. I find it counterproductive. I find it anti-black, and I find it all around lame. That's that. Next, George Floyd's family is suing a particular rapper for going on a particular podcast and telling particular lies. And I would just like to say that I hope that they get every motherfucking cent that this goddamn system got in store for. I want them to get every red penny bitch that they can. The end. Next. Let Chance the Rapper whatever the fuck Chance the Rapper likes on Twitter. Mind your motherfucking business. You, your baby daddy, mommy, and whoever the fuck else have their motherfucking Twitter accounts, their fake Twitter accounts, their side Twitter accounts, their low-key freak Twitter accounts where they like porn of all kinds. If Chance the Rapper liked some porns, whether it was trans, whether it was intentional, whether it was not intentional, that don't sound like any of your motherfucking business. In fact, you motherfuckers are weird for knowing whatever every celebrity and blue check got in their likes at every goddamn second. What the fuck that got to do with you besides nothing, bitch? Mind your goddamn business. The end. You are weird, you're strange, and you're transphobic, and we really want to get down to it, because if you simply like two pairs of titties, y'all bitches wouldn't be having so much to say about it. Yeah. Last but not least is a read update. The Trixie impersonator that I mentioned last week DM'd me and sincerely apologized.
Oh my God.
For blocking my view down to the show. And it was an apology I accepted. So thank you to that person for acknowledging that you ruined the show for me. I really appreciate it a lot. And hopefully I'll get to see them at another show.
Thank you, everyone, for all of your support throughout 2022, the ups and the downs. We could not have done it without you. And take care of yourselves. We'll see y'all soon.